YouTubers! F is for fail. Partly because it's kind of a cop-out F, but it is kind of about failing. So, I'm going to tell you a story today. I've recently become interested in this thing. It's called storytelling. Like, you just stand in front of a group of other storytellers and you talk about a story in your life that happened. Like, you just tell true stories. And they can be funny or serious or whatever. But I want to start doing that. So I wrote a couple, and I'm going to share them with you as I think of them, because I'd really love your feedback. Like, if you think they're funny, if you think it's a good story, like how I could present it better, stuff like that. But, of course, when I'm on stage, I can't edit. So it's going to be a one take. So, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. Hopefully it's just as good as a vlog. But the story is about me one time when I failed at life. On stage I'll have a microphone, so I'm going to pretend that I have a microphone. I feel like that might make me feel more like I'm telling a story instead of vlogging. Don't laugh at me! Hi, I'm Mary, and I have a twin sister. Her name is Sarah. And as we've grown up and moved apart and gone to college, it's been weird having to tell people that I'm a twin. Like, meeting people who don't already know is kind of this anomaly. Growing up and in school, we couldn't have been anything else if we tried. Like, the twins is kind of our identity for the first 18 years of our life. So it's weird now when people first find out, and they usually have a lot of questions. Like, are you identical? Did your mom have fertility drugs? Can your parents tell you apart? Do you have any magical powers? Yes, no, yes, and purple lights shoot out of our hands, but only sometimes. But the number one question we get asked is, have you ever switched places? And after I, roll my eyes, am I living in a straight-to-video Olsen twin movie or something? The answer is yes, once, and it went horribly wrong. We were in kindergarten, and our mother still dressed us exactly alike, because apparently that's adorable. And I think it was initially my idea, because Sarah had, won the 5-year-old lottery, and had a chair that was slightly higher than all the other chairs, and I wanted that chair. So I devised this simple plan. Just for today, we'd pretend to be each other, and I'd see what it's like to be Sarah, and more importantly, what it's like to have my feet not quite touch the floor. And this whole situation was kind of odd, though, because most of our childhood and most of our adulthood, Sarah is usually the one telling me what to do. So I must have really wanted that chair, and it was going to be awesome. So I wandered over to my new throne, and I was quite enjoying myself, thinking, if this works out, imagine the possibilities. But alas, the first hitch in our giddy-up, the cup of crayons. For whatever inane reason, Sarah had decided that we should still use our name cups. And sticking out of the cups was a big laminated name tag. So my main priority was trying to obscure the letters written on it from my table mates. And I think I did a pretty good job. Plus they were 5, they probably couldn't read anyway. But, so I'm sitting there but Sarah, with an H, has more letters than Mary, so it would have been taller and stuck out of the can more, and even a clever 5-year-old could figure that out. And I think this one girl did. She asked me about it, and I, panicked and made up an excuse like I had ripped it in half or something. I was saying something ridiculous, probably, and I think, though, she got distracted by some blocks or something and kind of left it alone. But I was on edge now. But I was like, okay, I dodged that bullet. Little did I know, the next one was coming right behind it. Not long after that, the teacher comes walking over and she's carrying something. And let me preface this by telling you that Sarah holds her pencil like a claw, kind of like that. And I, on the other hand, hold mine like a normal person. So the teacher was coming to me, bringing Sarah her nub, like one of those things that you put on the pencil to help correct your grip. And I start freaking out. Like, the teacher leans over and is telling me how to use it and how to hold it and what it'll do. And I'm like, this is not right. How long do I let it go on? Like, Sarah should be learning this, not me. And suddenly I can't take it anymore and I just start crying. I'm like, I'm not Sarah. I'm sorry. I'm And to this day, I still don't know if she was mad or just surprised, but the teacher says, "Well, didn't they fool me?" and the class gives us a round of applause. But that was kind of the end of it. We went back to our seats. We didn't get any kind of punishment. I don't even think she called our mom. But nobody really ever talked about it again. Like what they thought, what happened. But to this day, I now know that even the big chair is not worth pretending to be somebody you're not. Thanks. So let me know what you think. I'd love your feedback. If you think maybe I should just stay home. I'm hoping to do it in places like, I'll put links in the doobs. There's this thing called The Moth, which is a really big one, but there's also smaller ones. There's one called I Like You Maud next week that I think I might try this at. So let me know what you think. Did it sound like I was telling a story? Like, I think a part of my problem is it might be too rehearsed, and I don't want it to sound like that. Like I want it to be like I'm telling you a story, like we're having a good time, and I think that might be part of my problem. Hopefully you liked it anyway, and it makes kind of good vlogging material. Now you know about my sister a little more. Leave me comments in the doobs, especially what you think I should do for G. I'm not sure. G-normous. And I will see you guys next time I have anything interesting to say.
Cat! I'm vlogging!
Yourself. Does my hand look really big? Like, is it like weird?